Good morning, team. All right, Sam. How are we? I hope you're good. I am very tired today. Very tired.
Good morning. I'm okay, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, same as you, very tired.
You are?
Brandy and same as you, very tired this morning.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at markets either.
No, it's NFP today as well. I don't think this is going to be a very exciting session, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a very exciting session. We'll do some analysis anyway. This whole thing is, I'm looking at this week and I'm going, this week's a bit rubbish. It wasn't. It's rubbish because
This week was a great week if you was bearish.
Yeah.
Oh my god, 2 days. That's
So,
getting early.
The thing is, looking at yesterday, technically we didn't have a setup, did we? All day.
No.
Because there was no, I mean, you had an internal liquidity sweep, no real breakdown. There's nothing that we really, there was no kind of classic strong money Forex setup. And so, look, that's just one of those. I hashed that trade out as the only kind of trade that I kind of saw. But, you know, would I have taken it? Nah, probably not. 1.3 would be my first profit target. I would have got to just under 3. But yeah, pretty naff, to be fair. I caught a little bit of the buy, but do you know what? In hindsight, that buy was, I should never have taken it. Because this is just a week where, I tell you what, there was two trades. You had the Tuesday sell.
Yeah.
That was decent. And we can't deny that. That was a decent trade, definitely. And then, yeah, everything else from there was pretty naff. I mean, Monday we had... So Monday was difficult because we didn't really have a direction, did we? We started moving at like 7:30. We did, to be fair, have that external move. So, yeah, you're right. If you were bearish... Say again?
Risky one on Monday.
It's a risky one on Monday because we didn't really know what the direction was, and obviously from the previous week we were all very bullish. So we were really bullish from the previous week. So the buy was a bit dodge. The sell, do you know what, could have probably been justified, but you know, this is, I suppose it's the same principle as why buying from here and buying from here is difficult yesterday. You know, look, that setup there, this little one here, right? Yeah, that setup there is exactly the same as this buy here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly the same pattern, right? So you've got push down, sweep of external liquidity, pull back, little retest, and then you start to get a push away, right? So let's put that up there, okay? This one here, exactly the same, but the opposite. Push up, takes external liquidity, little pullback, and then starts to push away. It's the exact same setup. Just so happens that the sell side won, the buy side didn't. So if you condition yourself to then taking these trades, then you're going to also take those trades that are going to fail on you. Mm-hmm. And that's obviously the risk of it. The difference with this one is that it was, you know, it was a nice little reversal within kind of New York session, which is obviously good. We do like that. But yeah, it was a tough one. I'm just going to pop a YouTube link up in the chat. Oh. Alright, mate. How's the baby? Right, let's do a little video. All right, good morning, team. Just jumping on to do a quick analysis video of the previous week. Just to remind you all, we are live every single day now from 7 a.m. At the moment, this is a daily session. We'll be doing this with all members within the Discord and the mentorship. However, eventually this will become a exclusive benefit just for premium members. There will be a weekly session on Friday, but with the new 2025 mentorship, this will be an exclusive benefit for the premium members. So take advantage of it whilst you can. And yeah, it's been a really tough week this week. Really tough week. There have been entries, definitely, but it's been, you know, quite a slow week in comparison to last week where you've had these big moves. But look, it's NFP today. NFP week is often this way. It's as simple as that. Let's dig into our charts and our pairs, and let's see, you know, what we've got on offer ultimately. So I'm just going to get rid of some of this noise so we can tidy this chart up a little bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of these and that and that. Okay, so unusually we've had a really bullish week. NFP today is a real big question mark for me. This is not easy trading conditions, so we need to be really cautious out there. Just going to draw on our daily opens. So 5 o'clock is there. Put on our daily open. So we're trading currently below the daily open, which indicates we could be setting up for some longs. Okay, we could be setting up for some longs. Oh, just bear with me, guys, quickly.
GU would have come a little bit lower in that range. GU would have been a lovely little trade if it come a bit lower into that range.
Right, I'm back. I'm back. I'll have a look at GU in a minute. I'm just going to finish off the DXY and then all yours. Right, okay, so we are obviously in a position where it looks like we may have made a bit of a reversal at a monthly level. It spent about a day there. That's why we struggled yesterday. That being said, we are also in this 15-minute range, and we don't predict reversals. We trade them as we see them. So the ultimate trade for me right now is the external liquidity. Actually, despite what we've said, Sam, we might actually have a nice trade here. So we've got liquidity taken. Okay, below that 15-minute range. In terms of where we are on the higher time frame, daily, obviously another bullish day. So the previous day, Thursday, especially being Thursday, should indicate to us that we should continue that direction. We are in. Let's have a look. So structure. So we've had an initial push. I'm not a huge fan of that massive range. So we've got a 2-hour range that goes from here to here, and we are on a Friday, so buying this high could definitely be something that Could definitely be something that is possible on a Friday for sure. It depends on the reaction we get, of course. So we've had quite a decent reaction to that liquidity already. So we have got an ISC there. Haven't yet got any MSU unless you use the lower time frame MSU. So I think I'd want a push up like that. I'd want that. Come on, tools. I want that move up there. If we can get that move there, then you know, I'd be happy to jump in on that. But it depends on whether we're going to get that. The flip side to that is that we have taken liquidity on a monthly level and we're going to be reversing from here. But, you know, I've got no structure to confirm that just yet. So I have to trade my structures. I'm meeting my rules. I'm quite high in this range, obviously. We are quite high in this range. I would much prefer this setup to be down here. That would be much preferred. And, you know, maybe this is just a trade because it's NFP day. Maybe it's just a trade that we just miss out on. It's as simple as that. You know, it's not like last week where we kept getting pullbacks. Where were we? Thursday here. We kept getting pullbacks, didn't we, into those more premium prices. So if you look at our, you know, our 15-minute ranges last week, we got a pullback into premium there. We had a pullback into premium here. You know, even on the smaller ranges, you had pullback into premium. So it justified the sells ultimately. Whereas here we're quite high up. It's NFP day. It's a really tricky one. It's a really tricky one today. And it's the sort of trade that you'd need to really develop. And by the time it's developed, we might be, you know, 10, 11 o'clock. And it's whether or not then you want to take a trade at that time of day when you've got NFP around the corner. Let's have a look at Euro USD. So another bearish day. Another bearish day. Interestingly, on the Euro USD chart, let's have a look at our ranges. So we've broken out that range now very clearly. We've now printed a new range here. It's not really a confirmed range yet because we haven't had our pullback. And if we go to our 2 hour, so we've got like a smaller range in here that we're currently within. And we haven't actually taken any key liquidity. Nothing special anyway. Just a bit of internal liquidity. But we are in kind of a bullish, yeah, it's this whole section of price. Last week we were gifted with all this bullish movement. This week we've been tested. And that often happens, isn't it? One week you're gifted, next week you're tested. I don't know. You're looking at GU, do you say, Sam?
Yeah. It's more of a scalp, to be fair. But
oh yeah, the buy.
Liquidity before.
Yeah.
You give up to the left, that's up,
Yeah.
Taking
that liquidity. Yeah, you'd want to be in from here though. You're right. It would be a scalp entry, risk entry. You want to be in from the bottom here. And it's whether or not. That was so bearish yesterday, wasn't it? Was that? Hang on. What chart am I looking at? 2 hour. What's that? Was that Thursday? No, that's Wednesday. Thursday just dropped, didn't it? Yeah, Thursday just kept on dropping. Thursday. Jesus, what happened yesterday? Yeah, it just literally just fell out of the sky.
Was that Guardian report, wasn't it?
Was it?
So, yeah.
What was the Guardian report saying? Let's come back to Euro USD. What am I looking at here? Well, technically, the only trade I see right now on DXY is a buy, and the only trade I see right now on Euro USD is a sell. I don't trade reversals. I trade the continuation. Now, the lower time frame, technically, the lower time frame entry when price does this, okay, technically that in itself is a reversal. So you don't need to catch the higher time frame reversal because you're trading reversals anyway. But I'm trading reversals with a smart approach. I'm trading reversals where hopefully the strong money is coming into the marketplace. So I've got two areas I want to have a look at right now. I don't mind the sell from here, and in fact the sell from there, if we were to get there, Sell from there will be above our daily opens as well. So daily open will be there, 4, 5. Daily open there. So I don't mind the sell from up here. I just don't think we're going to have the legs on it this morning to get all the way up to an external liquidity level. That's my only hesitation. Get rid of that. If we look at the 15-minute, because I want some 15-minute liquidity taken ideally. I want to see, yeah, give it that range as well. I want to see something like that tested ultimately. If I can get price coming up to here and giving me a setup like that, giving my ISC MSU here, then I'll be happy with that. Asia, again, it depends. It really depends on the reaction to these things. Let's have a look where the liquidity is right now. So the liquidity in this section of price, let's tie this chart up a little bit. Let's get rid of these alerts. That one there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we'll leave that one on. So liquidity right now. So people selling from up here. Excuse me. Okay, so if you look at kind of liquidity points and where liquidity pools are going to be sat, people will be break even up here. They'll be break even across here. And they'll be break even across here. So those guys are gone. And get rid of them. These guys with their break evens are tying in quite nicely with our external liquidity. And also the people that have had liquidity here and here, they will have now moved their liquidity down. So people will have sold from here and they will have moved their liquidity down so that we've got liquidity pools sat above here and here. So that would be a key area for me to sell from. Logically, looking where the liquidity is going to be sat, people that have sold from here are probably not going to have stops around here. They're going to have stops around here at least. So you might have stops there, but the likelihood is that you're probably going to have more down here than you will be up there. So if we look at our liquidity points like that, then we start to get a clear picture. And you know, this is a really good exercise for you guys to try and understand where liquidity is just draw out liquidity, draw out where sensible places would be for stops, where people will go to break even. Have a look at where those break even points coincide with stop losses, and then you get really clear indications of where the orders are. Just use your own mental, like your own thought process of where you would trade if you were trading that. So if you had sold from here, or sold from here, for example, and price has now moved down to here, where are you likely to put your break even? Well, where you like to put your stop? Well, you're either going to tighten to the highs, or you're going to move your trade to break even, right? If you'd sold from here, so you were trading like the breakout, for example, same principle applies. You're going to move your stops to break even. You've now been taken out, so you're out of the marketplace. So really, our external liquidity is our key liquidity. That is right now our key liquidity. Let's do the same exercise on DXY. Let's just have a look at kind of the liquidity pools. So let's use these structures. Okay, so that is our structure right now. I'm going to put a stop above each one. Stop above each one. Okay, and then we're going to assess where the break-even points are. Okay, which puts liquidity here. And then you're going to have a break-even point here. Come on. Break-even point there. Sorry. Break-even point there. Break-even point there. And break-even point there. Okay. Okay. So, and you're probably going to have people entering here, and people entering here, and people entering here. Okay, so same principle applies, and this is why DXY looks pretty nice right now. So if we can imagine that we've probably got stops here and stops here, and these guys will have moved their stops up. So they'll have moved their stops up, and they'll have moved their stops up. So we're going to have, big collections of liquidity, as you can see. Your big collections of liquidity, they're going to be sat around, same principle, right? They're going to be sat around these areas. They're going to be sat about break-even area. So a lot of this liquidity now on the DXY will have been taken. You will have some more external liquidity down here as well. So if we then say break-even traders probably move their trades up now. These guys probably move their trades up now. These guys probably move their trades up now. You know, if you were buying from up here, you're probably not going to have a stop loss down here anymore, are you? You're probably going to be up here somewhere. Same principle. If you were break even here and the market's moved up here, so this is where our liquidity is. Okay. Follow this process, follow this exercise every single day when you're looking for areas to take trades from, because that would be my key liquidity area. So it's really simple now. I'm waiting until that external liquidity is taken, and then, I'll be in the trade. Right, where's this got to go? In here. Yeah, so I think your GU buy was probably alright, to be fair. Loads of liquidity on GU as well. Loads of liquidity up here. It's taking that liquidity, and it's starting to push back up now. So where it moves to is obviously a big question mark. So have a look at GJ. That's such a nice trade on GJ. To be fair, do you know what? I said this week's been pretty rubbish. If I was at the charts on Tuesday morning, I would have caught a big move. Yeah. If I trusted my bias on Wednesday, I would have caught a half decent move. And if I hadn't been so nervous, I don't know why I was so nervous with that trade. I think it's because I was entering late. When I look at that trade there, I was entering late, so I should have had the Asia sweep and then entered in like the MSU pattern here. But I waited, I sat on my hands and I hesitated and I entered late. And so I moved my stop to, I think it must have been, can't have been that high. I swear it can't have been. Unless I got in a little bit later, it might have been. I don't know. But yeah, I moved my stop too early. And if I just held my stop in a decent position, then I would have had 2 or 3 really good trades for the week. I would have been out of this pretty much fully up there, obviously. But the trade itself was beautiful. I'm definitely going to do some analysis on that.
Watching that around 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Play out, and I just hesitate how early it was.
Yeah. But, as we said yesterday, we're starting to see that more and more these days, aren't we? Mm-hmm. And then the DAX yesterday was really nice as well. I think yesterday, the issue that I had yesterday is I was too involved with rubbish. I was too involved. I don't know why I had in my head this week, but I had in my head this week we were going to continue bullish, and I look at this now in hindsight. I'm like, well, nothing about this is bearish. Why the hell would I trade this short? Sorry, why bullish? Why would I trade this long? And actually, if I just held myself back and looked at, so there was nothing on GJ yesterday, but that DAX trade yesterday was just so clean. It's so clean. You've got bearish market structure. The market's come up. It's taken the stops above here. It's taken all the people that were break even there. Everyone who's up here has moved their orders to down here, which means there's limited liquidity down here. That move ultimately has been fueled by that London session high. And it was such a clean entry as well. Honestly, it was so clean. I don't know how I missed it. I know I missed it. It's because I was in an EU trade. Such a clean entry. ISC, we did have a wick above the ISC technically, but then you get your MSU set up there, and it just, from there, just beautiful bit of trading that was. But that's how it goes sometimes, guys, right? Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so that was just a paper trade. Didn't take that yesterday.
This week.
Say again?
Are you up this week or?
Nah, about break even.
Break even?
Yeah, I'm not really up, not really down. I think I'm actually tell a lie. I think we're a little bit down from Wednesday. Let's have a look. 2 seconds. What about you?
I only took 2 trades this week. I lost one on EU the other day and then one the UJ yesterday. But I always have this week where I follow a really good week like last week, and the next week I'm always very hesitant to take trades if I don't want to ruin the streak, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
So when I lost that trade on EU, I was a little bit fuming, but then kind of just walked away, if that makes sense, and then seen that on UJ yesterday.
I think also as well, you know, it's the first week of the month. We have to remember first week of the month is going to be, you know, a more difficult week to trade. You know, it's just it's NFP week. You know, there's a lot of, you know, yes, price was. So what this is ultimately, this is just, you know, this is the aftermath of profit collecting. So price is really, really high. It's taken that external liquidity, and to be fair, you know, we should have expected and predicted the fact that we were going to get a pullback. We've been bullish this entire time. We've taken out a monthly high from August, and then we reversed. You know, it's not, in hindsight, it's really, really simple, right? It's not difficult at all. We should have just understood that actually there's going to be a bit of rebalancing, probably moving down to this kind of weekly level down here. That makes sense. Which will then rebalance to continue on. So next week hopefully should be a bit better. And we go from there really. Just had a Zoom notification, but I don't think I've got any bookings in today. No, I don't. Let me delete that.
Say what, the wins are flooding in the group though.
I know, right? It's been busy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really busy. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It feels like it's really bubbling away at the moment. Anton.
Good morning.
All right, pal.
I'm all good, man.
Nice to see we've got the same analysis on EU.
Yeah.
You've started to trade a bit of EU now, are you? It's just unlike you, isn't it?
I'm trading it on a smaller account, but generally I'm sticking to futures. But
yeah,
you
can trade EU on futures though, can't you? You can
trade Euro futures, but you're better trading like indices or commodities. I find the spread's much better with them, you know, with futures.
Yeah.
I think with EU, you're better trading it on a standard like Forex broker, you know.
Yeah. Have you tried trading the DAX before?
The DAX, no. I just use it as a the DAX. Yeah, I've traded a bit actually. So I was thinking of the X1, obviously. No, yeah, I've traded it.
I love it. I'd highly recommend it, especially if you trade futures. I'd highly recommend it. It's really, really sensitive to the strong money Forex strategy. Like, really sensitive. It just seems to really hold liquidity well, and it seems to react to liquidity really well as well. There's been so many setups recently where it's been really lovely. Like yesterday's short it was so clean. We did have like a double ISC.
That's G40, isn't it?
Yeah, Germany 40, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting confused. I reference it as G40.
Yeah, G40.
DAX is more common, I know.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of dropping. The thing is, so many people trade gold, so it's nice to have it there as an analysis. But I'm thinking of just dropping gold altogether.
Yeah, whatever works for you, mate.
Yeah, you trade gold quite religiously, don't you?
Yeah,
right, yeah.
I like gold. At the moment, it's obviously at all-time highs. So it's just ranging.
Yeah. But then it was at all-time highs back in last week and the week before, and it just, you know, you had some really nice moves. Just this week's been a bit. I suppose you've got right now. You've got
strong at the moment, aren't they?
Say again.
I said with the fundamentals going on in the world, all the wars and stuff, it's just making gold behave a bit erratically, you know.
Well, I thought we'd probably have a better reaction because of the fact we've got that, but look, it becomes a bit of a safe haven, doesn't it?
Escalating from the sounds of it. So Yeah, gold and oil are a bit
Oh, I haven't. Do you know what? I've not had a look at oil. What is it? Or WTI?
It's the same. Look at oil, especially the tensions in the Middle East.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh yeah, look at that from
oil's-
Tuesday.
yeah.
That was when they started the
Yeah.
missiles, wasn't it? Shotting off the missiles.
They're hard to trade because there could be like missile strikes at any moment, and then it'll just
Yeah.
spike or
You know, gold, oil seems to move quite nicely as well. To be fair,
one time.
oil seems to like an Asia sweep.
Yeah.
But yeah, gold at the moment. I don't know with gold. I have a bit of a mixed relationship with gold. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it.
Yeah, we're stuck at a peak at the moment, just in a range. It's
Yeah.
probably going to stay there for a while.
Yeah, we are. Need a bit of a breakout, don't we? Wonder what? Do you know what? I've not looked at in ages. What BTC's up to?
Generally scalp it.
What BTC's up to? What is it at the moment? 61. Oh, is that a big push then? Is it? God, I haven't looked at that in ages. Look at all those weird chart colours. Oh, that's gonna climb, isn't it? I mean, I don't trade patterns, as you know, but that is a bullish continuation pattern if I've ever saw one. A lot of the analysts are saying that it's going to get to a million.
A million?
Yeah, they think it'll get to 1 million.
It's 100k first.
In a few years' time, but I think the growth apparently is just going to be exponential, so it's not a bad buy at the moment because it's unlikely it's going to come down much deeper. Especially if Trump gets in as well. I mean, if Trump gets in,
They're trying to steal that one.
yeah. See, the whole Trump coin thing is a load of nonsense. You read up about that?
No.
Have you not? He's like bringing out his own crypto coin, and yeah, it's like everyone's.
I know he's heavily promoting it.
Yeah.
Sure. Which is obviously putting a load of interest in that market.
Yeah.
It might be a good time to invest in crypto.
Yeah, potentially. Well, he's looking pretty favourable as well. They think he probably will. They think he probably will get in, don't they?
Oh, he survived like 2 assassination attempts.
Yeah.
And he's all for free speech. And it just seems like the clear option, but I just feel like it's going to get stolen.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing evidence to support that. So,
Oh, really?
Just them letting in a load of people that aren't from America and giving them rights to vote and stuff like that. And like California, I think, banned like voter ID, which is what keeps an election clear. You know what I mean? Like California, I think, banned it, so they won't allow that to happen. You know, voter ID, which is what obviously should be unified thing in America. You know, otherwise, and the posting ballots and all that is. If they believe that's how the last election was stolen, yeah.
Oh no.
But who knows?
Yeah. Wonder if I can see. I don't have a chat box. Where's my chat box? Share. Select stream. Settings. Cancel. Not sure. I'm pretty sure I had a chat box the other day. I can't see it anymore. But yeah, I think today ultimately is not particularly going to be very interesting.
Have you had a look at GJ?
Yeah.
Doing something. Like a sweep of Asia low, MSU, engulf, and on to the moon.
Yeah, maybe.
On the 5 minute.
Yeah, maybe. Thing is,
Global swept.
it Depends on how it reacts from here, really.
But
So
what's it?
that's our.
It's a higher time frame, isn't it?
I'm in that 15-minute range right now, so it all depends on how we react from there, really.
Stuck in a big hourly range, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and we are in that dead zone as well. So if you look at the range as a whole, we're in the dead zone. So we're not in a great area.
That's it.
I personally would still be short on it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Just because thinking of kind of accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and I would want to see a pull up into those higher prices. So a sweep of the Asia above, so that's why I've got that alert on there. A sweep of Asia high, I think I'd be pretty happy with. I could take a short from there, definitely. Same with Euro USD. Sweep of
I
the.
don't see you scalp too much, to be honest. It's like looking at GJ, there's a decent scalp there. Just what's that? You know, after the MSU, it's a decent
Yeah.
RR there.
Yeah.
Scalp.
You don't see what scalp much?
I don't see you scalp too much.
No, I don't really.
Bigger trades with large stop losses, which obviously works. But
Yeah.
there's loads of scalping opportunities as well. But it depends on your style, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think the issue I always have with scalping is this: you'll often get quite a number of losses, won't you?
Yeah. Of course.
And you know your win rate's lower. But obviously, in the flip side is that your RR is a lot better. You know, you can get in. Excuse me, you can get into a trade like that, nice tight stop, and you can ride it up. Might get 4R out quickly, but I don't know. I've always been for the slightly bigger ones.
There's no point changing what works. You know?
That's it. I definitely want to develop. I think that'll be part of the 2025 mentorship. So we've got obviously we've got two parts of the mentorship. You'll have the standard kind of signature mentorship, which is basically what everyone's on now. Some of the additional benefits that you guys will get access to, so things like the data science sheets and the live sessions, eventually they will become a premium benefit for premium members. You guys, as we discussed in the chat, will always have access to that as you've supported me from day one. But there'll be different strategies that will be coming with it. So I've got a lot of work to do. So one of those strategies will be a scalping strategy. There will be an additional strategy as well for the strong money Forex trading strategy, but it's probably a bit of a hybrid. So it's something I'm working on at the moment that you guys haven't seen yet. It's a hybrid between scalping and the standard strong money Forex strategy. So it's still be using external liquidity sweeps, but a trade, maybe not like this, but a trade similar to this would be a valid trade. It would be a lower win rate, but higher risk to reward, much tighter entries using, I think we've spoken about this a little bit before, but using the MSU2. So right now, obviously the classic MSU setup is you have the structure, then you have a sweep, then you have your engulfing, and you enter off the back of that, right? So that's your MSU. You wait for your engulfing. You wait for engulfing, and then you take your trade like that. Stop below that low, whatever that low may be. For example, that's the ISC low. Stop below that low, and then obviously you hold up. And let's say it runs to this level, okay, and you get yourself out your 1.6. So the MSU2, which I'm still developing because as I've always said with you guys, I've got to make sure that everything's thoroughly tested before I release anything. The MSU2, if I follow the exact same structure, does the exact same, okay? But instead of you waiting, I could have just copied that, couldn't I, idiot? Instead of waiting for the engulfing, you just literally take it on the manipulation. So you take it on the.
Still using ARCOs?
Less and less, to be fair. So again, this is where. So they're definitely something that is included. But I'm just putting a slightly different framework around it. So when the Strong Money Forex Mentorship came out, I had a few different entry patterns that I would use. So ARTOs, the BCRs, and ISC MSU. And as time's gone on, my setup's just become tighter and tighter. So what I'm working on at the moment and what I'm learning at the moment is some more kind of advanced liquidity knowledge. And what that's effectively teaching me is that in these areas where you have ARTOs occurring, you might have heard me talk about it a few times. You have different gradings of liquidity. So above your external liquidity up here, that's what I would class as 100% liquidity. Okay?
Yeah.
So external liquidity, there's enough liquidity in these levels. There's enough liquidity in these levels that it should cause a reaction for price. Okay? So we can set our alerts there, and that's great. Now, these supply zones, I consider them to have a third of the liquidity. So there's like 30% in there. An imbalance would be the same, 30% in there. Okay? And so I kind of, and this is what will be part of the new mentorship, is grading the liquidity so you can understand where would be the best places to get in. So if you've got an ARTO, rather than calling it a model itself, what instead I'm looking at now is I'm looking at the grading of the liquidity and making sure that we have enough liquidity to fuel the move. So that supply zone or order block plus the imbalance plus the resting liquidity, if we imagine that each one of those is 30% liquidity, then it adds up to 90%, and that gives us enough to take a trade or consider a trade off. The reason why I'm kind of dropping those other entry models is because ultimately within here I still want ISC MSU.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you can trade without it, but my testing has shown me that it's not necessary. Basically, you don't need to test. You don't need to trade without it. So when you've got areas like this, and the other thing, which is quite a big thing as well, that as a result of this, the other thing that ultimately will be dropped will be the range liquidity. So range liquidity, I've had a bit of a, even from day one, I've had a bit of a funny relationship with, because sometimes it would work really well and other times it wouldn't work at all. And I think in a way, sometimes in the 2024 mentorship, there was almost too much. It was kind of a collection of lots of things that I tested, all put into one package. And I think for some people, a little bit of feedback I've had, for some people, it was maybe a little bit confusing at first. There was a lot of things to think about. I want to provide for the 2025 mentorship a really clear strategy, a really clear way of trading, so people can literally take it and hit the ground running with it. And so some of the things needed to be tidied up, some of the naming of things needed to be more unified, and basically from hopefully Christmas time, you will all have access to this new mentorship, which I'd like you all to go through, and it should just tidy a few things up and bring a few new concepts in and just make things a little bit clearer for you all.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, it's exciting times anyway, exciting times. It's just, I'm dreading the thought of having to go back to the studio to record another 25 videos.
Yeah, it's much appreciated.
You're welcome. I always want to keep this growing and keep this developing. As you probably tell by now, I'm not the sort of person to stand still, and if I can improve any element of your trading coaching, then that's ultimately what I'm here to do. I did pick up your message as well, Anton. I'm not ignoring you. What I'd suggest. That's all right, pal. Have we had a strategy call before, you and I?
No,
we haven't. Do you want to get one booked in? So if you go into the announcements channel, strategy call invitation, get one booked in. I'm pretty busy today and tomorrow. Actually, hang on, stay there. Double check my diary, because there will be various slots that you can book, but I know that I might.
For strategy hopping, I'm always trying to find the what's it, the holy grail.
Yeah.
But it doesn't exist, it's just all about sticking to the strategy and accepting the probabilities,
Yeah, I'm with you.
And getting it down to a T. But my strategies, I hop a bit, they tend to be centered around liquidity, but I can alter things and I like strategy research, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm trying to find this holy grail. I do accept that no strategy is I don't think consistent overnight. It's nice as that is. It doesn't really exist with market cycles and all that fundamentals. So it's
no, I'd agree.
trade.
October the 5th is tomorrow. Why is Sam? Sam, I got you in tomorrow, haven't I? I've got Sam in tomorrow. Why is that not appearing in my diary then? Why is Sam's session not appearing in my diary? I know why. Allow Google to book. Okay. Edit. Auto confirm. Pre-populate.
I guess you're busy after like 8 o'clock or something.
Yeah. Today I will be, and yeah, Saturday and Sunday evenings I keep pretty free.
Cool.
I'm pretty busy today and tomorrow. Sunday morning though, I think I'm pretty much free.
Sunday morning, what sort of time?
If you go onto the strategy call,
Yeah, I'll do that.
and have a look, it will show you what my calendar is looking like. But I don't think I've got. Yeah, I've got yeah, earlier the better on Sunday. So I think there's slots at like 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So just book one in and we'll get it sorted, right?
Yeah, 8 o'clock sounds good. Alright, I'll do that, mate. I'm gonna sort these contractors out. They're waiting for a meter to be installed, so I'll catch you later.
Nice. Have a good day, dude. Speak soon. Cheers. Bye bye.
Thanks, buddy.
No worries, dude. All right, Chris.
Morning.
How are you, pal?
I'm alright.
Yeah. Good.
But you've not looking great right now,
Nah. There's
huh?
nothing.
Like
I know. I think we will get like an extreme bullish move and then it'll be like a news reversal. We could get something off the back of it today, to be fair. We could get something off the back of it. But nothing makes me want to... Look, we've been trying to catch these buys all week, haven't we? EU, the DAX, gold. Been trying to catch buys all week. The gold buying was annoying yesterday because the setup was clean, the setup was right, and we just had that news manipulation annoyingly. But
gold has to do that, right?
yeah, you are right. Yeah, you are right. It's got a habit of doing that, getting you into a setup, then manipulating you, and then going afterwards. So yeah, you are absolutely right. It does it all the time. That's
I've never really liked gold, but I remember you saying that.
Yeah. Do you know what? Funny enough, it's taking you to remind me of that. to remind me, I was sat there yesterday. I think I closed it out in the end. I took a little bit of a profit out of it, but I closed it out in the end. And yeah, and then it luckily kind of manipulated down. So I'd taken it a little bit earlier. And then I was about to enter before this news move came in. I'll be honest, I forgot that there was 3 o'clock news and I was waiting for it to come a bit deeper. And by the time I came back to it, it just bombed through. So yeah, luckily I didn't get caught on the wrong side of that one. But yeah, it was another tough day yesterday. But again, you know, if we just followed the structure, if we just followed momentum, the bearish momentum, you'd have been fine. There wasn't really a setup. So I got some out of that buy, as you know, on USD.
Yeah, I was in a similar vibe, but mine just went break even.
Did it? Yeah. And do you know what? That's not the wrong... Like, I got a little bit of profit out, but not much. But that's not the wrong thing, right? That's not the wrong outcome here.
Yeah. Well, that's my risk management at the moment too, so I don't really want to chop potatoes, right?
Yeah.
Just keep it conservative.
Yeah, definitely. It's working at the moment, right? You're making profit?
Slowly.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, because over time, that'll become quicker.
Yeah.
Over time, are you using your data sheet?
No, I'm going to sort it out this weekend.
Yeah, get that.
Nightmares.
Okay, fair. Have you got your previous trades logged somewhere so you can go back and fill out your data sheet?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
One of my clients, you're right, so.
honestly, that data is just, it's so valuable. It's so valuable. We'll go through it in we'll go through it on Tuesday's session, and just do a bit of a review of it. But yeah, so it's so helpful, mate. It just really helps you understand where maybe you're missing opportunities, really. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what my stats look like in 6 months' time. And, you know, from there, potentially trading, you know, what I'm aiming for, how I'm going to break even. Because, you know, if I've got the data to prove that actually trade like X and you'll make X amount more, then why wouldn't you do it, right?
I like the idea of it. I've just been slacking this week.
That's all right, mate. That's all right. It's a full-time job, this trading lark, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there's anything on this morning. I'm probably going to call it a day, especially with NFP coming up. I think if we were Euro USD a little bit higher,
Yeah,
and then
I don't like how close it is to that like major liquidity as well, right? Like the bullish range low.
this one here,
I think it's the weekly lows, isn't it?
yeah. The perfect trade right now, and we're not going to get it, I don't think, is that.
Yeah. I was looking, I thought maybe London was going to push down, take out Asia low, and then there'd be a bullish setup to take it higher before like maybe NFP will short from up there, right?
Yeah.
That was my initial thoughts.
We've got loads of liquidity on here as well, because, you know, DXY's taken Asia low, and it has actually taken the external liquidity of the 15-minute range as well. But there's just, it's NFP day, isn't it? It's just it's all sticking together. You've had an alright move on, excuse me, GU this morning, but again, that's going to slow up now, I reckon. I don't think you'll get anything out of there. EJ, nothing. UJ, I mean, there's potentially a buy, but yeah, it's all just poor. Do you know what? If any setups that look half decent, like the UJ buy, for example, they're just in rubbish positions, like above highs. Same with the DXY. It's at a monthly level. Yes, it's a valid buy setup, but we're at a monthly level, so yeah, I'm holding fire for now. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. I'll be on in the chat later on today anyway, and we'll have a look. But yeah, nothing going on this morning. It's a no trade morning for me.
Right. Are you jumping on to watch NFP? Yeah. Or is that not something you do?
I won't. Yeah, I won't be able to jump on, but I'll be there in the chat. So I'll be updating some charts and things like that.
Right. Cool.
I'll read.
Have a good one.
And you, man. Take it easy.